Everyone, you're home on tools with James, and today I'm checking out the M18 Brad Nail finishing gun from Milwaukee. Let's take a closer look. Okay, so the finishing gun from Milwaukee. I purchased this one from Sydney Tools now about 4 months ago. $720 Australian, I paid for it. No battery, you have to get the batteries yourself. Obviously I was already on the platform, so I had one lying around. Why did I buy this? Basically I was doing a lot of glue ups and I didn't have enough clamps, and I thought, well, I'll jump in and I'll buy one of these to tack the workpieces together, and I'm really glad I did. I've never owned a nail gun before, and I'm glad I started here because it's probably a bit smaller than your framing guns and all that type of thing, but a great starting point and a super quality tool as well. I've got a pretty decent renovation coming up at the house, and this is going to be perfect for all the window mouldings and architrave, etc. I'll give you a bit of a look around the gun itself, some of the specs on it. So let's jump in, let's take a look. So you'll notice on the side here, you've got the belt hooks. So this is if you're, I suppose for the tradies that are lugging them around all day, you can interchange those left or right as well. You can take it off, so nice little touch. Obviously your battery hooks into the bottom, which you'd be pretty familiar with, just the 2 squeeze button. It's got all that nice rubberized handle, and of course it utilizes the brushless efficient motors, which is great stuff. Super rugged in the hand, as you would expect from Milwaukee. It feels super premium. Having a look around to the magazine on the nail gun. So you see, this is what I really like about it. You'll see here on the back of the cartridge, it gives you the fastener types. So this one takes 18 gauge brad nails, or 1.2 mil. And the fastener lengths from 16 mil to 54 millimeters. So I've been using a lot of 30s with this and a lot of 45s. Works beautifully. Haven't jammed or anything. So, and you can also have them, backing into one another. So I've had some 30s in the cartridge and I wanted to move to 45s. Handles that beautifully. Mag capacity on this one's 110. And you'll see just above on the back of the cartridge here, you've got some spare tips that come with it as well. So non-marring workpiece tips. I've already gone through one. I did find that they didn't last too long, but I have done a lot of work with this in a short period of time. Just on the side of the gun as well here, you'll see the depth gauge. So this is how deep your nail goes into your workpiece. And basically all it does is move the head of the nail gun in and out on the tip. So it's anti-clockwise for lowering the nail into the workpiece, and clockwise for raising the nail. Just on the top as well, it's got a latch system, so if you do find that the gun jams up, you can pretty much just pull this latch back, just being careful because it will spring load it, it will fling any nails in there out to clear the jam. But as I said, I haven't had a jam in this at all, so really pleased with that. The cartridge itself, if you have a look at the front, so it's got a push button release, and it does say on the bottom here 18 gauge brad nail, which is nice. You can see the cartridge there, and I've got some 45s there and some 30s, as I said. Goes in nice and easy. Pretty much just butt your nail up against your cartridge nails up against the end there, and just close him up, and everything clicks really nicely, as you'd come to expect from a quality tool. So it's nice. If we have a look at the panel itself, so the control panel, you'll see here that you've got an on button. When you press that, you get the green LED. And that basically just sets the gun to on. Now you've got a single nail here, so this is basically semi-auto mode. So that means that each time you want to drive a new nail, you need to press a trigger. And obviously it's got the safety lockout as well, so the tip has to be pressed against the workpiece to fire. The triple nails, if you press the mode button, this is basically an automatic mode, so you can just leave the trigger pushed in, and you can just keep bumping the nail gun across your workpieces, and it'll just go nail after nail after nail. But I'll give you a bit of a look at how that works. It actually works a treat. It's really cool. And then just in the top right, you've got the battery indicator light as well. So I've fired this off a lot. I've had it on all day. I've done a lot of work. I've never seen this battery light come on. So I always do have fully charged batteries in my work equipment, but I haven't been able to flatten the battery with this one. So really nice. Weight wise, it's not too heavy in hand. I think it's around 2.5 kilos. These things are pretty chunky. One day they'll make these things a little bit more compact. I'm sure they'll work it out. But certainly, it's not too bad at all. to be honest, and for what it is, it does quite well. It's got LED lights as well, so you'll see here, you can see it'll throw the LED lights at the workpiece, so that's really nice, and you've come to sort of expect that on all these type of tools as well, so it's just a nice little touch. So yeah, that's a bit of a walk around the gun itself. So let's jump in and have a bit of a look at what it can do. Let's go. Okay, so I've got a couple of test pieces here. Basically, I've got a bit of 90 by 45 treated pine. I've just got a bit of 15mm ply, and I've got a bit of a 19mm thick hardwood, just a bit of Tassie oak, just to show you how it goes through the hardwood. Now, I'm going to run the big nails, so I could run the 30s in there and show you how that works, but I figure let's test it right out. So I'm going to run the 45s that I've got here in it. So you can see here, super simple, got the mag loaded. Now, I'm already switched it on, and I've got it in single nail mode. So I'll show you how this works. In the tip there, I've got the tip lined up with the arrow, and on the red, the white line, equal with that tip. So that's the depth I'm at, and I'll show you how that works. So straight off here, I'll just get the bit of ply. I'll show you how we go. So I have to push it into the workpiece, trigger each time. You can see there, obviously it's gone in nice and clean and below the line. Now, if I wind this towards the nail, I guess it shows the nail head hanging out of the line. If I give it a couple of winds, you'll notice that it's pushing this away further and further. And I'll show you what this looks like now. So if I go into the workpiece, you can now see that the nail head's poking up. All right. Obviously, if I go the other way to knock the nail head down, you'll see this coming in, and I'll go all the way in, and I'll show you it'll go really deep into the workpiece. And you can see there it's gone in really deep. Now the other thing just to be careful with this machine is to allow it some time, some space, so don't push it too hard up against the workpiece. Allow yourself just, nice moderate pressure, but allow the gun to come back on recoil, because if you don't, you'll find that this tip here will punch into your workpiece, because the gun's got nowhere to go, so it'll punch into your workpiece. You don't want that, especially if you're finishing up some nice hardwood or something. You don't want that. I'll show you the effect you'll get. If I push really hard, you can see here the difference. It's given me that square tip that's driven in versus a nice clean hole. All right, so just something to be wary of. Now the other mode that it goes in, so if I press the button again, if I press the mode button, you'll see it's gone over to the triple nail. Now all this is now is if I hold the trigger in, I can just bump, bump, bump. I don't have to keep pressing. So I'll give you a look. So you can go all day. Good fun. The other thing to have a bit of a look at here is hardwood. I'll show you how easily it goes through hardwood. So I'll just spin this around. We've got our hardwood here. I'm just going to wind it back. I'll wind it right back to nice and flush to give you a bit of a look how clean this will go in. So we've got our hardwood. I'll put it in triple mode. I've got it in the triple. I'll show you how quickly you can go along here. All right. All right. And you can see there, nailed it, absolutely no problem. So that's driving a 45mm nail. And as you can see, absolutely just did it easy. Nothing to it. So Ripper machine, this one. I would recommend. Okay, so just one last thing to mention. It did come with this massive case. This thing is huge. Very rugged, great quality. It comes with a space to keep the gun in there. You can keep batteries in there, you can keep chargers in there, you can keep the nails in there. So it's really, really nice. I do tend to stockpile quite a few of these, and it would be great to see these containers come with, their pack out system. Just as standard with this stuff. I don't know why it can't be. It's pretty thick plastic. Either that or just give me the tool without the case, because perhaps save a few dollars there. But just one thing to keep in mind. You'll have another case hanging out in your shed. But that's the Brad Nail finishing gun from Milwaukee, and look, great tool. Really enjoy it. Puts a smile on your face when you're using it. I really enjoy this tool, and I'm pretty sure that you would too. But I'm going to leave the review there. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did enjoy the video, please subscribe to my channel, Home on the Tools, and always welcome comments, and the like really helps me out as well. So thanks for watching. You've been Home on the Tools with James. I'll see you in the next video.